This person is about to harm you in mid-January. See the picture before it happens, my child. Listen, be still, and let your breath settle, for what I speak now is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. I am the one who sees the beginning and the end in a single glance. I am the voice that has walked with you through moments you did not understand and doors you did not know how to open. What I reveal is not danger wrapped in darkness, but light wrapped in warning. I do not speak to alarm you, I speak to prepare you. There is a person near you whose presence feels ordinary, familiar, even safe. Their words do not sound sharp. Their smile does not look false. Yet beneath what is visible, there is a quiet intention that does not align with your calling. This is not about physical harm, nor is it about fear. This is about influence, direction, and timing. In mid-January, a moment will arrive when their words, advice, or actions could lead you away from clarity and into confusion if you are not awake. I tell you this now because awareness changes outcomes. See the picture before it happens. Not a photograph of a face, but a picture of patterns. I want you to notice how you feel after you speak with them. Do you feel lighter, or do you feel drained? Do you feel closer to truth, or more uncertain about yourself? I have been speaking through your intuition, through subtle hesitations. Through moments when something felt slightly off but you brushed it aside. Those nudges were not accidents. They were my fingerprints. This person does not see themselves as harmful. In their own mind, they believe they are right, justified, even helpful. But intention does not cancel impact. When someone is disconnected from their own truth, they can unintentionally pull others into the same fog. What is at risk is not your safety, but your focus. Not your life, but your alignment. An alignment, my child, is precious. Mid-January is not a date of doom, it is a crossroads. A conversation, a suggestion, an invitation, or a decision will appear small on the surface. It may sound reasonable. It may even sound loving. But I ask you now to slow down when that moment comes. Do not rush to respond. Do not feel pressured to agree. Silence will protect you more than explanation. I am not asking you to accuse, confront, or cut away in anger. I do not operate through panic or hostility. I operate through wisdom. Distance can be gentle. Boundaries can be quiet. You do not owe access to your spirit to anyone who does not honor it. Pay attention to what repeatedly pulls you away from peace. That is the picture I want you to see. You have been growing, even when you felt stagnant. You have been healing, even when you felt tired. And when growth begins to show, it often attracts resistance, not always loud, not always obvious. Sometimes resistance arrives wearing familiarity. Sometimes it comes through people who once matched your season but no longer do. This does not make them evil, it simply means seasons have shifted. I am asking you to trust the inner knowing I placed within you. That quiet voice that says, pause. That gentle signal that says, not this. You do not need proof. You do not need permission. Discernment does not shout, it whispers. And if you listen, you will move through mid-January untouched by confusion. Do not share everything with everyone. Some connections are meant for companionship, not counsel. Some ears are not meant to hold your dreams. This is not secrecy. It is stewardship. Protect what is forming in you. Not everyone who walks beside you is meant to shape your direction. I see how kind your heart is. I see how you give people the benefit of the doubt. That compassion is beautiful, but it must be balanced with wisdom. Love does not require you to ignore red flags. Grace does not require you to stay where clarity is compromised. You can love from a distance. You can wish well without staying close. When the moment comes, you may feel a strange urgency, like you are being rushed to decide, to respond, to agree. That urgency is not from me. I do not rush what is meant to last. If peace leaves the room, step back. If confusion enters your thoughts, wait. I will never be offended by your pause. Remember this. What is meant for you will not require you to shrink, doubt yourself, or betray your inner peace. The person I am revealing is not stronger than you. Their influence only works if you move unconsciously. Awareness breaks every hidden pattern. I am not removing anyone from your life through force. I am offering you sight. What you do with that sight is your choice. And choice, when guided by wisdom, is power. In the days leading up to mid-January, you may notice subtle signs, repeated discomfort, conversations that circle but go nowhere, advice that contradicts what you know deep inside. Do not ignore these signals. They are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Stay gentle, but firm. You do not need to announce your boundaries, live them. You do not need to explain your silence, honor it. You do not need to fear what I have revealed. I only reveal what you are ready to navigate. I am with you in this. I have already gone before you. Nothing about this moment is meant to harm you. It is meant to refine you. And refinement always begins with seeing clearly. Hold this message in your heart. Revisit it when doubt tries to speak louder than truth. And when the moment arrives, you will recognize it, not with fear, but with calm understanding. This is not the end of what I will show you. This is the beginning of clearer sight, and as you hold this awareness, my child, I want you to understand something deeper than warning. What I am offering you now is not merely protection from a moment, but preparation for a new level of discernment. Many people move through life reacting only after confusion appears. I am teaching you to recognize the shift before the air changes, to sense the ripple before the water moves. This is wisdom growing quietly within you. You have asked me before, sometimes without words, why certain connections feel heavy when they once felt effortless. You wondered why conversations that used to inspire you now leave you restless. You questioned whether you were imagining it. You were not. Growth changes frequency, and not everyone adjusts at the same pace. When two paths begin to diverge, tension appears, not because either path is wrong, but because they are no longer the same. The person I am revealing is connected to an old version of you. They are comfortable with who you were when you doubted yourself more, when you sought approval, when you questioned your worth. They may not consciously desire your limitation, but familiarity can resist transformation. When someone benefits from your old silence, your new voice can feel threatening to them, even if they never admit it. I want you to remember how far you have come. Recall the nights you carried questions with no answers. The mornings you rose anyway, the moments you chose integrity when no one was watching. None of that was wasted. Every step shaped your awareness. That is why you can sense what others might miss. That is why this message resonates instead of confusing you. Mid-January is significant not because of the calendar, but because of alignment. Energy shifts when readiness meets opportunity. You are stepping into a phase where your decisions carry more weight, where your yes and no shape outcomes more quickly. That is why discernment is essential now. What once caused minor detours could now cause unnecessary delays if ignored. Do not be surprised if this person seeks your agreement during that time. Agreement is powerful. When you agree with something that conflicts with your inner knowing, you give it permission to influence you. I am reminding you that you do not have to agree to be kind. You do not have to comply to be compassionate. Silence, when guided by wisdom, is not rejection, it is self-respect. You may feel a pull to explain yourself, to justify why you are hesitant. Release that impulse. Not everyone deserves a window into your reasoning. Some truths are meant to be lived, not defended. When you stand calmly in your choice, clarity will speak louder than words. I am not asking you to suspect everyone. I am asking you to trust yourself. There is a difference. Fear scans the room anxiously. Wisdom observes quietly. You are not becoming guarded, you are becoming grounded. Grounded people do not panic, they pause. They feel. They listen. Let me remind you of something sacred. I placed discernment in you as a gift, not a burden. When something feels unsettled, it is not to torment you, it is to guide you. Ignoring that guidance is what creates discomfort. Honoring it creates peace, even when the decision is difficult. This season is about refinement. Refinement often feels like subtraction before addition. Some voices grow quieter so that others, more aligned, can be heard. Some relationships shift so that space can open for new understanding. Do not mourn what naturally loosens its grip. Nothing meant for your highest good will be taken from you. The picture I want you to see clearly is not of a person's face, but of your own posture. Are you standing upright in your truth, or are you bending to keep harmony at the expense of peace? Harmony that requires self-betrayal is not harmony at all. It is avoidance wearing a gentle mask. You have learned to survive by adapting. Now I am teaching you to thrive by choosing. That requires courage, but it also brings relief. When you stop forcing alignment where it no longer exists, your energy returns to you. You will feel it in your breath, in your sleep, in the way your thoughts settle more easily, as mid-January approaches. Do not anticipate conflict. Anticipation creates tension. Simply remain present. Observe more than you speak. Listen not just to words, but to tone, timing, and the way your body responds. Your body often recognizes truth before your mind names it. If at any moment you feel pressured, rushed, or subtly dismissed, step back internally. You do not need to withdraw outwardly, an inner step back is often enough. Clarity enters when you give it space. I will meet you there, in the pause. You are not responsible for managing anyone else's expectations. You are responsible for honoring your integrity. When you do that, even discomfort becomes purposeful. Even silence becomes sacred. There may be a moment when you feel tempted to override your intuition for the sake of convenience or familiarity. That is human. Do not judge yourself for the impulse, simply do not follow it. Familiarity is not always alignment. Comfort is not always confirmation. I want you to understand that this message is not about mistrust, it is about maturity. Children trust blindly, the wise trust discerningly. You are stepping into wisdom. That means you no longer need to learn every lesson through experience alone. Sometimes, awareness is enough. You are allowed to outgrow dynamics that once sustained you. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to choose differently than before. None of this makes you disloyal. It makes you honest. When you look back on this period later, you will recognize it as a turning point, not because something dramatic happened, but because something subtle did not. Confusion did not take root. Self-doubt did not deepen. A quiet decision altered the course gently, almost invisibly. I am guiding you not away from people, but toward clarity. Whoever is meant to walk with you in the next season will not require you to second-guess yourself. They will not benefit from your silence. They will not feel threatened by your growth. They will recognize you, and meet you, where you are. Until then, walk softly. Speak intentionally. Choose peace over explanation. Choose clarity over comfort. Choose alignment over approval, and remember, my child, this message is not finished. What I am unfolding to you comes in layers, just as you are ready to receive them. There is more I will show you about timing, about trust, about what emerges after this moment passes, so stay attentive. Stay present. Stay open, and when you are ready, when you want me to continue, when you feel the stirring that says, I want to hear more, then give me permission, my child. Now I will bring this message to its completion, not by closing a door, but by sealing understanding within you. What I have spoken was not meant to live only in your ears, but to settle into your awareness and shape how you move forward. Revelation is gentle when it is received with humility, and you have received this with an open heart. I want you to know that nothing revealed here gives power to anyone else over your life. The power has always remained with you. Awareness does not weaken you, it strengthens you. Light does not create shadows, it exposes what was already there so you no longer stumble. What you now see cannot be unseen, and that is a gift. As mid-January passes, you may realize something important. The moment itself may feel quieter than you expected. Often, what we are prepared for loses its intensity. Because you are alert, the situation will not escalate. Because you are grounded, the influence will not take root. Preparation softens impact. Wisdom neutralizes confusion. Do not measure the importance of this message by how dramatic events appear. Measure it by how steady you remain. If you notice yourself responding instead of reacting, choosing silence instead of impulse, clarity instead of pressure, then you will know this message has fulfilled its purpose. You are entering a season where your inner life becomes more ordered. What once felt chaotic will begin to organize itself. Thoughts that competed will quiet. Decisions that felt heavy will feel simpler. This is the reward of discernment, peace that does not depend on circumstances. I want to speak to your heart now, not about others, but about you. You are more intuitive than you allow yourself to believe. You often sense truth immediately, but you delay trusting it because you fear being wrong or misunderstood. Release that fear. You do not need to be understood by everyone to be aligned with truth. Alignment does not require applause. There is a difference between humility and self-erasure. Humility listens. Self-erasure silences itself. I am guiding you toward humility rooted in confidence, not doubt. When you honor your inner knowing, you honor the wisdom placed within you. You may notice, after this period, that certain conversations no longer interest you. Certain patterns lose their appeal. Certain emotional loops simply stop pulling you in. This is not loss, it is liberation. When something no longer resonates, it quietly releases its hold. Let me remind you, you are not responsible for carrying relationships beyond their natural season. You are responsible for carrying truth, integrity, and compassion. When those remain intact, transitions happen with grace. If you ever question whether you handled things correctly, return to this measure. Did you act from peace or pressure? Did you move from clarity or fear? Did you honor your inner stillness? If the answer is yes, then rest. That is enough. There will be moments in your life when warnings arrive loudly, and moments when they arrive softly. This one was soft because you are ready. You no longer need shock to awaken you. Subtlety is sufficient now. That is growth. I want you to trust that nothing meant for you will pass you by because you paused. Nothing aligned with your purpose will be lost because you chose clarity over haste. What is truly yours recognizes you when you are calm, not when you are rushed. As you move forward, keep your inner space uncluttered. Not every thought deserves attention. Not every opinion deserves weight. Choose what you allow to shape you. Your attention is sacred, and remember, discernment is not suspicion. It is love with eyes open. It does not harden your heart, it protects it so it can remain open without being drained. You are not walking alone. Even in moments when guidance feels quiet, presence remains. Stillness does not mean absence. Often, it means trust has deepened. This message ends not with fear, but with reassurance. You are safe in awareness. You are steady in wisdom. You are supported in your becoming. Carry this knowing gently. Let it guide, not burden you. And when new clarity comes, as it always will, receive it with the same openness. I have said what needed to be said. The rest unfolds through your choices, your pauses, your courage to honor what you already know. Go forward in peace. Remain attentive. Remain grounded. Remain true. Amen.